Hello students, I am Dr. S.S. Naik from KKWAF College of Engineering. So in this lecture, we are going to start with Unit 1, Part 2, Taylor and Maclaurin series. Maclaurin series, statement of this Maclaurin series, if a function f of x can be expanded as an infinite Maclaurin series in ascending powers of x and let the expansion be differentiable term by term any number of times. Then f of x is equal to f of 0 plus x f dash of 0 plus x square upon 2 factorial f double dash of 0 plus x cube upon 3 factorial f triple dash of 0 plus so on x to the power n upon n factorial fn of 0 plus and so on. Now this expression you can write in the form of y is equal to y of 0, f of 0 is y of 0 plus x times this is f dash of 0 is y1 of 0, y1 is dy by dx or f dash plus x square upon 2 factorial y2 of 0 plus x cube upon 3 factorial y3 of 0 plus and so on x to the power n upon n factorial yn of 0. So this is the second notation for Maclaurin series. So this is the Maclaurin series expansion of a function f of x in the ascending powers of x. X is increasing, x to the power 1, x to the power 2, x to the power 3 and so on x to the power n. And the function f of x is term by term differentiable and you can find the value of that f of x at the origin, that is at 0, which is an expansion of y is equal to f of x in the ascending powers of x and is generally known as Maclaurin series for f of x. Note that from the above process, it is clear that if y is equal to f of x can be expanded in power series. This is summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an x to the power n. Then this n factorial an is equal to fn of 0. So that is x to the power n upon n factorial is equal to your fn of 0. Then this n factorial an is equal to fn of 0 or n factorial an is equal to yn of 0. So this is the n plus 1th term, namely x to the power n upon n factorial fn of 0 or x to the power n upon n factorial yn of 0 and is known as the general term of the expansion. Now just try to understand this, you have to remember. So the proof of this is not necessary for us. Directly you have to remember this is what we call the Maclaurin series of a function f of x, and the last term is the n plus 1th term because it starts from 0. This starts from x, you are having this is n factors, so including this term this becomes n plus 1 factor. So therefore the n plus 1 factor is known as the general term of the expansion. Then we'll see what are the applications of this Maclaurin series for the expansion of certain standard functions. We shall see how to apply Maclaurin series for the expansion of certain standard functions such as e raised to x, sin x, cos x, tan x, sin hx, cos hx, tan hx, log of 1 plus or minus x, tan h inverse x, 1 plus or minus x to the power plus or minus 1 x and a raised to x, for example. Now, if you see, these are the different types of the functions. Okay, this is an exponential function. These two are trigonometric functions. This also is a trigonometric function. This is a hyperbolic function. This is tan hyperbolic function. This is a logarithmic function, and this is the inverse hyperbolic function. Now, this is in the form of what we call the algebraic function, where we will be using what we call the binomial series. Okay, the following series convergent to the given function in the indicated interval are frequently applied in practice. So these are also called as algebraic and trigonometric series, are to be learned thoroughly and remembered by the students. So you'll have to remember the expansion for all such type of the functions. That is the exponential functions, trigonometric functions, hyperbolic functions, and all this. You'll have to remember the formulae, because many times when you solve the problems, in that problems, you will be applying these formulae. So first function, we'll see, for example, that f of x is equal to e raised to x. So this is an exponential function. For this exponential function, the expansion of this function in the form of an infinite series is given by e raised to x is equal to 1 plus x square upon 2 factorial plus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x raised to 4 upon 4 factorial plus so on x to the power n minus 1 upon n minus 1 factorial, where x lies between minus infinity to plus infinity. Now this is the interval where this becomes a series, infinite series function, and this function represents e raised to x function. There's an exponential function. So by making use of the Maclaurin series, this f of x is expanded in the ascending powers of x. This is x, x square upon 2 factorial, and so on. Now similarly, the second function is that f of x is equal to sin x is equal to x minus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 upon 5 factorial minus x to the power 7 upon 7 factorial. Again, if you see this, these you are having all odd powers of x to the power 1, x to the power 3, and alternate signs are positive, negative. The first is positive, second is negative, and so on. Again, where x lies between minus infinity to plus infinity. Now this becomes your n plus 1 term, minus 1 to the power n minus 1, x to the power 2n minus 1 divided by 2n minus 1 factorial. Now similarly, for f of x is equal to cos x. Now this is sin x, this is cos x, is 1 minus x square upon 2 factorial plus x to the power 4 upon 4 factorial minus x to the power 6 upon 6 factorial plus and so on, minus 1 to the power n minus 1, x to the power 2n minus 2 divided by 2n minus 2 factorial plus and so on. So again, if you see this, this is in the ascending powers of x. You are having the first term is 1, the second is x square upon 2 factorial, the third is x to the power 4 upon 4 factorial. Here you are having the even powers of x starting from 1. Here you are having all powers of x in sin x series. Then when you are having f of x is equal to tan x. Now this tan x you can write actually in the form of sin x upon cos x. And again, you don't have the factorial forms like this. Here you are having sin x and cos x. You'll have to find the series given in the form of sine series and the cosine series. Then actually you'll have to divide. When you actually divide, some terms will get converted in the form of x plus x cube upon 3 plus 2 upon 15 x to the power 5. We'll see the proof of this when you go in the solving the problems on this. I'll show you how to find this x plus x cube upon 3 plus 2 upon 15 x to the power 5 by actually dividing sine x divided by cos x. Then you are having f of x is equal to sin x. This is a hyperbolic function. Sin hx is an hyperbolic function. The formula for this hyperbolic function is e to the power x minus e to the power minus x divided by 2. Now, the expansion for this hyperbolic function is x plus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 upon 5 factorial. Now, if you see this sin hx and sin x, you can understand that here in the sin x series, you are having alternate signs positive, negative. In the sin hx series, you are having all of them are positive terms. So these are also odd. This is also odd. So you can compare and remember so that it becomes easy to get the idea of this. Then f of x is equal to cos hx. F of x is equal to cos hx. The formula for cos hx is e to the power x plus e to the power minus x upon 2. The expansion of this function is given by 1 plus x square upon 2 factorial, x to the power 4 upon 4 factorial, and so on. Again, here you are having, this is like a cos x series, is a trigonometric series, where you had in the cos x, these are alternate signs of positive, negative. Here all of them are positive terms. That is 1 plus x square upon 2 factorial plus x to the power 4 upon 4 factorial. Then the next formula is f of x is equal to tan hx. Now this becomes a hyperbolic function, and the hyperbolic function is given in the form of x minus x cube upon 3 plus 2 upon 15 x to the power 5 minus 17 upon 315 x to the power 7 plus and so on. This also is an infinite series where you are having, this is a tan hx. Tan hx is sin hx upon cos hx. Then the next function is f of x is equal to log of 1 plus x. Now this is a logarithmic function. If the logarithmic function 1 plus x log of this value is equal to x minus x square upon 2 plus x cube upon 3 minus x raised to 4 upon 4 plus and so on. If you see this, there are no factorials for this. Okay, here in cos hx and all that terms, you are having the factorials. Here you don't have factorials. That is the log of 1 plus x is, this is x to the power 1, this is x to the power 2, x to the power 3, x to the power 4. So alternate signs are positive, negative, and then you don't have any factorials in the denominator. So x minus x square over 2 plus x cube over 3 and so on. This you'll have to remember. Then if x is replaced by minus x, then you get f of x is equal to log of 1 minus x. Now this x is replaced by minus x, becomes minus x. Then minus x, x is replaced by minus x, x square will remain as it is. Therefore again you'll be having a sign outside minus. This becomes x square upon 2 and all this. So this becomes x is replaced by minus x, becomes minus x cube upon 3. Then x is replaced by minus x, this sign will remain as it is, then x to the power 4 upon 4 and so on, minus of x to the power n upon n, where x lies between minus 1 and plus 1. Here also in the last part, x lies between minus 1 and plus 1. Then this is equal to 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Now this is actually what we call the tan h inverse. This is a inverse hyperbolic function. So here you are having, this becomes 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x 1 minus x is equal to tan h inverse of x. That means for this you'll be having the same formula, x plus x cube upon 3 plus x to the power 5 upon 5 plus and so on, and the same formula for tan h inverse of x. So we'll see how to get the expansion of this function by using the log series, that is log of 1 plus x series and log of 1 minus x series, and then you are actually subtracting, and that becomes 2 times each term, and that 2 will get cancelled, and ultimately I get x plus x cube upon 3 plus x to the power 5 upon 5. Then the next formula is for f of x is equal to y is equal to tan inverse x. Now for this tan inverse x, again you are having all the ordered terms, x minus x cube upon 3 plus x to the power 5 upon 5 minus x to the power 7 over 7 plus and so on minus 1 to the power n minus 1 x to the power 2n minus 1 upon 2n minus 1. Again, these are all odd numbers. Again, you'll have to remember odd numbers with alternate signs, positive, negative. Then the last f of x is equal to a raised to x, for example. Now this is a raised to x when you get f of 0, when x is equal to 0, a raised to 0 is equal to 1. Then x times derivative of this. So the derivative of this is given by log a to the base e, and this is multiplied by x. That is x square upon 2 factorial log a to the base e square plus and so on. So this is what we call, that is the expansion for f of x is equal to a raised to x. Okay. Now then when you are having y is equal to 1 plus x to the power p, this 1 plus x to the power p is what we call the binomial expansion. Now this binomial expansion is given by 1 plus px plus p minus 1 upon 2 factorial x square plus so on p minus 1 and so on p minus n plus 1 divided by n factorial so on up to x to the power n. Now this is what we call a binomial series, and this is valid when x lies between minus 1 and plus 1. It is not equal to, this is minus 1 is less than x less than 1. Then in particular, whenever having that p is equal to minus 1, for example, when p is equal to minus 1, automatically it comes down, becomes equal to 1 upon 1 plus x. Then this you can write in the form of 1 plus x to the power minus 1. Now the expansion of this is a negative, this is a positive. Okay, so when you are having positive and negative terms, then you will be having alternate signs. First term is positive, next is negative, third is positive, fourth is negative, and so on when mod x is less than 1. So therefore this is a negative, this is positive, all alternate signs positive, negative. Then this is 1 upon 1 minus x, for example. Then here you can take this value as 1 minus x to the power minus 1. Now this is negative, this is negative. So negative and negative, you will get the form as a positive. That means all the terms will be positive terms. 1 plus x square plus x cube plus and all this. Now again, just try to understand, there are no factorial terms for this. Okay, these are plain terms. 1 minus x plus x square or 1 plus x plus x square and so on. So these are the main functions where you are having the expansion of the functions which are of all types. The first one was an exponential, then trigonometric, then hyperbolic, then logarithmic, then inverse trigonometric or hyperbolic, inverse hyperbolic, and then the binomial. Okay, so these are the formulae that you'll have to remember and apply in the problems. So we'll see how to get the solutions of the given problems by making use of that Maclaurin theorem. Proof of standard expansions listed above. Now these all values listed above, the method of procedure to all functions listed is as follows. From y is equal to f of x. That means how to solve this, how to come from the left hand side y is equal to f of x to the right hand side these expansions. How to get these expansions? By making use of the Maclaurin theorem. Then by using that theorem, what you'll have to follow is, the method of procedure to all functions listed is as follows. What you'll have to do, from y is equal to f of x. Okay, find yn, that is the nth derivative of this y is equal to f of x. You get yn from the standard result and the nth derivative. So that means you'll have to apply the standard nth derivative formulae for each of the functions when they are known. Okay, sometimes if that formulae are difficult, then you can make use, that means otherwise find y1 is dy by dx, y2 is d2y by dx2, y3 is d3y by dx3, etc. So that means you are finding the first order derivative, second order derivative, and the third order derivative. And then you can find these values separately when the nth derivatives are not possible. And then find yn, the nth derivative of the given function at x is equal to 0. That is also put in the form of yn of 0. Or now this is when the nth term is known, for example, then you can find the values of this. Or y1, y2, y3 are known to you. From that you can find y of 0. Put x is equal to 0, you get y of 0. Then this is dy by dx at x is equal to 0 is y1 of 0. This is y2 of 0, etc. Okay, so these values are known to you. Then you'll have to put the values of yn of 0 in the Maclaurin series. What is the Maclaurin series? This is the starting value. Y is equal to f of x is equal to y of 0. That is the given function at x is equal to 0 is equal to y of 0. Then x multiplied by y1 of 0, that is dy by dx at x is equal to 0. X square upon 2 factorial y2 of 0 plus and so on x to the power n upon n factorial yn of 0. Okay, so by making use of this method, you can find the expansion for all these 15 formulae or all these 15 functions. For example, we'll take that example. We'll take that f of x is equal to y is equal to sin x. Then fn of x, the nth derivative of this y is equal to sin x, is given by fn of x is equal to yn is equal to sin of x plus n pi by 2. Okay, so this formula of nth order derivative of that yn must be known to you. Once this is known, then you can find that f of 0, for example, the value of the function y is equal to f of x at x is equal to 0 becomes that y of 0 means sin of 0, and we know that sin of 0 is equal to 0. Then f dash of 0 is what? Dy by dx, the derivative of this function y is equal to sin x, derivative is cos x, and the derivative of cos x at the point 0 is cos of 0, and cos of 0 is also 1. Or you can directly make use of this formula and then find the value of this. That is f dash means put n is equal to 1. So you get this becomes y1. This is y1 of 0. Okay, x is equal to 0. This is 0. So therefore, when you put that x is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, this becomes pi by 2. So therefore, I get sin of 0 plus pi by 2 means I get sin of pi by 2. Sin of pi by 2 is sin 90 degrees, and sin 90 is equal to 1. Okay. Now this is f double dash. That means you are putting n is equal to 2. When you put n is equal to 2, then you are going to get y2 of 0 is equal to sin of 0. N is equal to 2. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. You get pi. So therefore you get sin of 0 plus pi equal to sin pi. And sin pi, sin 180 degrees is equal to 0. Okay. And similarly, f triple dash of 0 means y3 of 0 is equal to what? That is equal to sin of 0 plus 3 pi by 2. Sin of 3 pi by 2 is equal to minus 1. So therefore this is minus 1 and so on. Then these three values you can substitute in the Maclaurin series. What is that Maclaurin series? Y is equal to f of x is equal to sin x is equal to y of 0 x y1 of 0 x square upon 2 factorial, y2 of 0, x3 upon 3 factorial, y3 of 0 plus and so on. This is the Maclaurin series for f of x. Okay, then y of 0 is equal to 0. That is the first value. Already we have proved this value. F of 0 is y of 0 is equal to 0. So the first value is 0. This is y1 of 0. So this is y1 of 0 is equal to 1. So therefore, this is x into 1 becomes x. Then y2 of 0. y2 of 0 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is 0. Then this is y3. y3 is equal to minus y3 of 0 is equal to minus 1. Therefore, this becomes x cube upon 3 factorial into minus 1. So this becomes, this term will remain here. This becomes x, and this is 0, this is 0. So the third term will remain. That is equal to x to the power 3 upon 3 factorial. Then the next two terms we have similarly got. Okay, that is just make use of the next two and get the corresponding value. This becomes plus x to the power 5 upon 5 factorial minus x to the power 7 upon 7 factorial. So therefore, the sin x is equal to x minus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 upon 5 factorial minus x to the power 7 upon 7 factorial is obtained by making use of the Maclaurin series. Now similarly, sin x you found, cos x also you can find the same type. You are having f of x is equal to cos x is equal to, that is equal to cos of n pi by 2. Then cos of 0 is equal to 1. So that will start from 1. Then e raised to x, derivative of e raised to x is equal to e raised to x. F dash of x is also equal to e raised to x. And therefore you get that e raised to x is equal to 1 plus x square upon 2 factorial plus and so on. So the formula for sin x, cos x, e raised to x can be similarly obtained by making use of that Maclaurin series. Then the next one, for example, we'll see a typical problem where you are having y is equal to tan x. Here, the nth derivative of tan x is not easily possible. Yn is not possible. So therefore, what we do, we'll go for finding y1. y1 is dy by dx. If y is equal to tan x, then dy by dx is equal to secant square x. Okay. Now this secant square x, we know that this is 1 plus tan square x. 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. So therefore, but tan x is equal to y. Therefore, this becomes y square. So therefore, I get that y1 is equal to 1 plus y square. Then when y1 is equal to 1 plus y square, I'll get y2. That is second order derivative. Y1 is first order derivative. Y2 is the second order derivative. So you are finding the derivative of this. Then derivative of 1 is equal to 0. Then derivative of y square. Derivative of y square is 2y. Y as a function of y is concerned. But y is a function of x also. Therefore, y1. Y1 is dy by dx. So therefore, you get this value is equal to 2y y1. This is y2. Okay. Then y3, the third order derivative. Again, you have to find this is 2y and this is y1 you are having. So therefore, 2 is constant. Then y derivative is y1. y1 and y1 becomes y1 square. Okay. Then plus, here again you have to apply the product rule. Because 2y also is a function of x and y1 also is a function of x. Therefore, you'll have to apply the product rule. By applying the product rule, I get this is a 2y, and then you'll have to put this 2y as it is. Derivative of y1 is equal to y2. So therefore, this is y3. This is d cube y by dx cube. This is 2y1 square plus 2y y2, and then you can find the value of y of 0. Y of 0 is tan of 0, and tan of 0 is equal to 0. Okay. And then y1 of 0. y1 of 0 is equal to 1 plus tan of 0. Tan of 0 is 0. So y1 of 0 is equal to 1. And then y2 of 0. y2 of 0, this is y is 0. Therefore, this is also equal to 0. So y2 of 0 is equal to 0. Then y3 of 0, the third term, y3 of 0. So this is 2 y1 square of this value. Y1 is equal to 1. Therefore, this will be having 2 into 1. and y is equal to 0, this is also equal to 0. Therefore, you get this is equal to 2. So therefore, you can get by making use of the Maclaurin series, y is equal to tan x is equal to the first term x plus x cube upon 3 factorial into 2 is equal to x plus x cube upon 3. Now here, this is a 3 factorial. You can write, how you can write 3 into 2 into 1. So this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So therefore you get that is x plus x cube upon 3. Now we got these two terms only. Now this directly again when you go for the next derivative and put that value, put the value at the point x is equal to 0, you get 2 upon 15 x to the power 5. Now this we got by directly differentiating and getting y1, y2, y3 and so on. Or the other formula, what you can do. Now see, for example, you can get the tan x as tan x is equal to sin x upon cos x. Okay, there's a trigonometric relation. Then sin x is known to you. What is that? Sin x is equal to x minus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 upon 5 factorial minus and so on. Then cos x is known to you. What is that? Cos x is equal to 1 minus x square upon 2 factorial plus x to the power 4 factorial and so on. Then you are actually dividing this now by actually division. We again get, when you actually divide x minus x cube upon 3 factorial by 1 minus x square upon 2 factorial plus and so on, then you get this term is equal to x plus x cube upon 3 plus 2 upon 15 x to the power 5. So actually divide this, then you get this result. Okay, so that means you are having two methods to find the expansion. Either you can make use of this formula by actually differentiating, then applying Maclaurin theorem, or you can directly go back to finding the sine series and cosine series, and then actually dividing sine series by the cosine series, you can get this tan x is equal to x plus x cube upon 3 plus 2 upon 15 x to the power 5. Again, try to understand that this y is equal to tan x. Now, this is not a similar term. There is no symmetry in this, because this is x cube by 3, then this is 2 upon 15 x to the power 5 and so on. So therefore, you'll have to remember this. Okay. Then the third problem we will take as y is equal to sin hx. That is a hyperbolic sine function. Now you have a formula for this. Is equal to what? E raised to x minus e raised to minus x divided by 2. This is a formula for sine hyperbolic x. Then if you go for the nth derivative of this, then this is yn. 1 upon 2 is constant, you can take it outside. Then e raised to x nth order derivative is e raised to x itself. Then this minus, as it is, for example, here this is minus e raised to minus x you are having. Therefore, you will be having, when you go for the nth order derivative of this, then minus 1 to the power n e raised to minus x. That is the derivative of e raised to minus x is minus e raised to minus x. Then minus goes on coming for every time. How many times? N times it will come. So therefore, minus 1 to the power n e raised to minus x. So the nth order derivative of this exponential function is known to you. Okay. Then I want to find y of 0. Y of 0 is equal to 1 by 2 e raised to 0 minus e raised to 0. E raised to 0 minus e raised to 0. This is 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, y of 0 is equal to 0. Then y1, put n is equal to 1. When you put n is equal to 1, then automatically this becomes minus up minus becomes plus. Then this becomes 1 plus 1 is 2 divided by 2 is equal to, this is equal to 1 by 2 into 2 is equal to 1. Therefore, y1 of 0 is equal to 1. Then y2 of 0, put n is equal to 2. So when you put n is equal to 2, you get this becomes e raised to minus x, becomes e raised to 0 is 1. Then when n is equal to 2, this becomes an even number. That means this is positive. Then e raised to 0, for example. So e raised to 0 minus e raised to 0. E raised to 0 minus e raised to 0 is 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore you get y2 of 0. Then similarly, when you put n is equal to 3, then this becomes odd. Odd becomes with a minus sign. Minus of minus becomes plus. Then this becomes e raised to 0 plus e raised to 0 is 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 2 upon 2 is equal to 1. So therefore you get y3 of 0 is also equal to 1. So substituting all these values in the Maclaurin theorem, we get by the Maclaurin series y is equal to sin hx, that is a hyperbolic function, is equal to x plus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 upon 5 factorial plus and so on. Okay, so this is a hyperbolic function. Then we'll take another problem on the logarithmic function, for example. So we have, let y is equal to log of 1 plus x. Then what is y1 dy by dx is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x. Then if you see the nth order derivative of this, the nth order derivative of this is given by minus 1 to the power n minus 1, n minus 1 factorial divided by 1 plus x to the power n. Okay, so this is the nth order derivative of this function, or this is n minus 1th derivative of this. N minus 1th derivative of y1 is nth derivative of y. That is minus 1 to the power n minus 1, n minus 1 factorial divided by 1 plus x to the power n. Then you can find y of 0. Y of 0 is log of 1 plus 0. That means I get log of 1, and log of 1 is equal to 0. So therefore y is equal to log of 1 is equal to 0. Then y1 of 0, put n is equal to 1. When you put n is equal to 1, this becomes 1 minus 1, that is equal to 0 factorial is equal to 1. And then this is equal to 1, and this is also equal to 1. So therefore y1 of 0 is equal to 1. Then y2 of 0, put n is equal to 2. So this becomes a 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1 factorial. And this is, you are going to get, this is minus 1 to the power of this. So therefore you get y2 of 0 is equal to minus 1. Then y3 of 0 is equal to 3 factorial. Put n is equal to 3. Then this is 3 minus 1 is 2, becomes positive. Okay, this is 2 factorial and divided by 1. So therefore this becomes a 2 factorial. Y3 of 0 is equal to 2 factorial. Then similarly y4 of 0 is equal to minus 3 factorial. Y5 of 0 is equal to 4 factorial. So by using the Maclaurin theorem or a Maclaurin series, we get y is equal to log of 1 plus x is equal to x plus x square upon 2 minus 1 x cube upon 3 2 factorial x to the power 4 upon 4 minus 3 factorial. That is log of 1 plus x is equal to x minus x square upon 2 x cube upon 3 minus x to the power 4 upon 4. Now this becomes the expansion of log of 1 plus x is given by this. So if I change this x to minus x, then I'll be having this becomes minus x. Then x is replaced by minus x. This will remain. This minus will remain as it is, becomes x square upon 2. Now x cube is replaced by minus x, becomes minus of x cube. So minus of this value becomes minus x to the power 4 upon 4. So this is for log of 1 minus x. Now why you want these two values? Because you can get the formula for finding that y is equal to tan h inverse of, this is a hyperbolic tan h inverse x, is equal to 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x, is equal to 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x minus 1 by 2 log of 1 minus x. Because of the logarithmic relations, you can put this value in this way. Then 1 by 2 we can take it common throughout. Then these two values, the formula for these two values are known to you. We can put that values, and this becomes x plus x is equal to 2x. Then minus x square by 2 and plus x square by 2 will get cancelled. Then plus x to the power 4 upon minus x to the power 4 also will get cancelled. The next term becomes x to the power 5, and this becomes a 2 times of this. Like This is 2 times of x to the power 3 upon 3. So therefore, this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. Then you get x plus x cube upon 3 plus x raised to 5 upon 5 plus x to the power 7 upon 7 and so on. So in this lecture, we have seen that what are the expansions of the functions and what is a Maclaurin expansion and how to find the different formulae. They are nearly 15 in number. That 15 formulae for different types of the functions: exponential function, trigonometric function, logarithmic function, hyperbolic function, inverse trigonometric function, inverse hyperbolic function, and the binomial functions and all that. Okay, so in the next period I'll give you more problems on the expansions of the functions. Until then, thank you.